morning and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video I will be sharing with you part 11, which will also be the final part of my colouring book collection and completed pages. Now this is going to be a long video because I will be sharing with you just some PDFs that I have, and then I've got just a couple of random books, and then the rest will be all of my Disney collection. So yeah, I thought rather than split it in two, we'll just try and get this all done in one. So you might want to grab yourselves a snack, a drink, get yourselves comfortable, and yeah, we'll just get started. So I don't even remember what is in which folder. So these are my PDFs. Okay, so I've got the Flourish book by Johanna Basford. I think this is when she was doing her Worlds of Wonder book, but she released Flourish. I think it was during lockdown, I think. She released this. Got Mariola Budek. Got a few images there. What have I got in the back? Oh, I've got some by Fabiana Attanasio. I bought the Harry Potter set. I've got a few out there missing. A couple Hannah Lynn, Mariola Budek, Hannah Carlson. I think this is Jeremiah Kettner. I think his name. I think it's called Small and Round, or it's something like that on Etsy, or it used to be. I've had these for years. This one by Karolina Kubkowska. Yeah, there's that one. Okay, this folder is labelled, so this has got Mystic Art mirrors in it. Oh, hang on. So the folder's upside down. Okay, so I've got my Carla Magana PDFs. These I purchased Joe Exotic and is it Carol Baskin? So yeah, I purchased those. I think the rest are from her Patreon. That one was a freebie for Halloween a few years ago. So I've got my Carla Magana ones there. I do have a lot of other of her PDFs in my Dropbox on my phone, but I don't have a printer to print them out. So I've got Zodiac Sign Ladies by Mystic Art Mirrors. This one, I think this one is Fairytopia, I think. Gorgeous images. I love her artwork. Yeah, it's Fairytopia. Absolutely gorgeous. I think this is the Galaxy Girls one. Yes, it is, yeah. Just look how gorgeous these are. I'm really sorry about the glare. It's come over really dark and raining outside. So I have got my softbox light on just to the side. I don't know, this one. Okay, so that's a Hannah Carlson PDF that I coloured. That should go in the other folder really, with the other 2 pages. It was sold as a 3-page set, and this one's got like My Little Ponies on it. Really, really cool, very retro. Fairies Grayscale by Christine Cameron. And then other just random sort of PDFs that were purchased via her Etsy shop. And then this one, Waltzes for the Seasons. I think this is Kanoko Agusa. I think I purchased this on Etsy quite a few years ago now, but I'd rather, I think, have the actual postcard book. But these are so lovely. I haven't coloured anything in those. So that's the PDF folders. Just put that back there. Okay, and then I've just got a couple of random books to show you then before we move into the Disney ones. So I've got this absolute beauty of a book. This is the Harry Potter Cinematic Gallery. It's gorgeous, really, really beautiful sort of fabric cover. We've got a ribbon here to mark our pages. Illustrations by J.M. Dragunas, and these are just glorious. And there is an element of gold on each page. They are incredible, and we do have some pull-out pages as well. I have got a whip in this book, and it's been a whip for years. I would love to come back to it. This one. So this is the only one I've started. I was using polychromos on this paper. The paper is so smooth, and it has handled the pencils beautifully, but I still think it needs a lot of layering. Okay, so this is a big pull-out page here. So if I just, it pulls out on both sides. So it's basically the Quidditch pitch as a double page spread. How amazing is that? It's really, really cool. But the pictures are so, like, you know, so accurate. They're just wonderful. Fred and George. It's just fantastic. This is a pull-out as well. So this is the I think it's the House of Black family tree, this one. So yeah, this is so cool. But it's such a magnificent book. I'm almost kind of afraid to colour in it. I just feel like I could have done such a much better job on that other page. And I think that's also why I haven't come back to it. But also the paper is so smooth. It takes a lot of layering. Bellatrix. And also, like, I don't know how it would look with pencils where you've got like the gold elements on the page. I guess the only way is to try, isn't it? That's Rita Skeeter. But this, like I said, is such a glorious book. And even if, love this page, even if I never come back and colour in it, I'm still so happy to have this in my collection, just to be able to look through it. I just think it's fantastic. And you've got, you know, sort of writing over here, like sort of little inserts from the books. Yeah, it's absolutely glorious. So there's that one. This one I've never coloured in. This is the Game of Thrones. This is the actual HBO version. There is another version of this, but I did buy that many years ago, and I don't know, I wasn't keen on it. The characters didn't look like the ones from the actual HBO series, and so I gave that book to Aaron because he was a huge Game of Thrones fan. But I purchased this one last year, I think, or maybe early this year. And I purchased this one. I found it on Vinted. And it's never been touched. Let me zoom out a little bit, because I should have thought about this just now, really, shouldn't I? These books are quite there we go. Quite detailed. But the pictures in this are gorgeous. They really are beautiful. I love this one of Lady Brienne of Tarth. I just think that's fantastic. Some pages though, I don't think I would colour, and if that's the case, then I'll just use alcohol markers on the ones that I do want to work on. But the artwork is just insane. It's gorgeous. It's got a very sort of sketchy style to it, which makes me really nervous. Love this one of Aya. This one. I think that's a really beautiful picture. Yeah, see, I don't know if I'd colour this. Or this one. I like the ones with the characters best. But it's, like I said, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous book. You know, you can definitely tell that this is Cersei. You know, I like that. I like that you can identify the characters. Love this one of John with Ghost. Really, really beautiful, beautiful page. Sansa. Yeah, these are just, they're beautiful. I don't know, maybe I'd be tempted to maybe try a watercolour. That might look quite nice. Just watercolour them. This is gorgeous of Ned. But look at the detail there on the grass and the foliage. It really scares me, but it's beautiful at the same time. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So that's HBO Game of Thrones. Does it say who's illustrated by? Alan Jefferson and Adriana Melo. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful book. Okay, and then I have got two books that are new to me. I haven't showed them in a haul yet. Let me just grab them. Okay, so I have this one, which is new to me. I purchased this one in the works about 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. It is the Crystal Colouring Book by Kate O'Hara. And I saw this and I was just having a look through and I thought the images were so lovely. Really, really pretty, and I really like the line art in it. Love this one. I absolutely love that page. I think this would probably be the one that I do first. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull my chair in a little bit closer to the desk. Yeah, I just think that is so gorgeous. And then you've got, you know, a little bit of sort of information here about the crystals. But if you're not bothered about that, then, you know, you can class these as single-sided and use your alcohol markers. The pages, you know, the paper's quite thin, but it's a lot better than Amazon paper. So, but it's really quite smooth. So I think this would work beautifully with markers. Love him. Absolutely love him. But yeah, I don't really think there's any pages in this book that I wouldn't want to colour. But they're just beautiful. Really gorgeous. And also, you know, Aaron absolutely loved crystals. And so I would want to do the crystals in this book justice. You know, and then if I could get this book complete, I would, you know, dedicate it to Aaron. I could write a little thing in the front. Look at this. Black tourmaline. Pyrite. Look at that. That is beautiful, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. I can definitely see a lot of like white Posca, white jelly roll going over the lines of some of these crystals, because that's usually how I colour them. But yeah, really lovely. I could just do like a little dedication and kind of put it here for Aaron. But I thought, you know, for £3, like, that is an absolute bargain. And then I have also purchased the Mein Reise Africa postcard books by Rita Berman. So I do have the Europa, Asian, and now the Africa postcards. So let me zoom in a bit so you can see these. So I've got them in a little A6 folder that I purchased from Amazon, and it fits these perfectly. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. And again, I haven't coloured in this one yet. That's one of my favourites, and even in the book, the Egyptian pages are some of my favourites. There you go. Yeah, gorgeous. So I'm really happy to have this one in my collection now. So let's just zoom back out. So what I'm going to do is just put these away, and then we're going to move into the Disney books. So give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're now going to be moving into my Disney books, and these are the ones I'm really excited to share with you. So the first I have, I'll show you these little mini block books. So this is Mini Block En Famille by Hatchet Heroes. Please excuse the mark down here. I spilled coffee and got it on the edge of the book. But yeah, these are really, really lovely. And a nice size actually. If you find some of the bigger books a little bit overwhelming, this size is really nice. What I have found on some of these though, with this book, this is a perfect example. It's not printed straight. Can you see? It's sort of like, the frame is kind of like skewiff. And the same on this one. We've got more of a border here, and then it goes off the edge. But, you know, the pictures are still colourable, which is the main thing. But they're gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Lots in here to keep you busy. And, you know, it's all our favourite characters. I do have one work in progress in this one, which is this page here, and this has been a whip for a really, really long time. I have shaded Thumper. I just need to come in, do the rest of the bunnies, the grass. I need to sort of shade everything else. But yeah, I'm liking how it's looking so far. But I really do need to come back to this one, because I like how it looks. I need to do a lot of tidying up with a white gel pen, but yeah, super, super cute. So that's a whip in that one. Let's grab a page flag, because I don't have that one marked, and I should. Okay, so there's that one. Then I have the Disney Mini Block Girl Power. Again, this is by Hatchet Heroes, and again, this one was with this one when I spilled coffee, but it doesn't interfere with the pages really, so it's all good. And yeah, this is all our famous favourite women from our Disney movies. Some of them are more detailed than others. I love this one. I have coloured this one in one of my larger books, I believe. That page. Love Madam Mim. She's great. Ursula. Tink. Yeah, see this like wallpaper page. I don't think I would ever colour that, but you know, you never know. Might be fun to just come in with some fine liners one day. You know, if you just want sort of mindless colouring of like a repeating pattern. But yeah, there's lots and lots in here. I love it. Absolutely love this book. So pretty. So there's the Mini Block Girl Power, and as you see, it's got the washi tape on the top, so it shows that I haven't coloured in this one yet. Okay, then I have the small square books. So firstly, I have this one. This is Disney Pixar Coco, Le Carrez Dart Therapy by Hatchet Heroes. This was a gift from my best friend Connor. Yeah, And yeah, Coco is one of my favourite movies. I love it. Never get bored of watching it. And this book is a lot of fun. There's a lot of like patterns and stuff, but you know, you don't have to colour that. You can just, you know, go over and just do one colour and just have the pattern is looking like texture, you know, instead of going in, instead of going in and doing every little bit. Because when I first started adult colouring, I thought you had to do that on pages. Go in and colour every single individual little bit, and yeah, you don't. You really don't. But this book is just so cute. I love it. I know I have coloured in here. Yeah, I've done this one of Miguel. I wish I had done different colours on the background. I really like the blue and, you know, the white, but I wish I had done the orange and the green. You know, I wish I had done them different, but at the same time they, you know, they look effective, and the green is a metallic, so that's fun. Love Dante, the dog. I just think he's fantastic. Ernesto de la Cruz. So there's that one. Then I have Disney Portraits, again by Hatchet Heroes. I do have a whip. Do I have a whip in here? No, it's the Art Deco one, I'm sorry. I had a tag in here because I was going to colour this Donald and I didn't get around to it. So let's just remove that one. I've coloured quite a few in here. I really like these small square books. So I've done Pluto. He was a whip for a long time. There was no need for it to be, really. And this one, this was a buddy colour with Connor. And I used all Crayola crayons on this, apart from the metallic you can see in the background, and then the Posca border jelly roll glaze, which I smudged, and you can see it here on this page. But yeah, that's metallic, and then I wrote Bagheera here with a silver pen and a few little silver dots there. Really like how he turned out, actually, and it was fun. It took quite a few layers of the black crayon to actually get Bagheera this colour, because the black was coming out like this. It was more like a grey, so that did take a few layers, but it was a lot of fun. Cheshire Cat. No shading on this one, just oh no, there is a little bit. There is a little bit on his darker areas, the darker stripes. No, there is shading on him. Yeah, there is. I just haven't done it on his mouth. Okay, well, I missed his mouth and his eyes, but oh well. And then we've got gel pen in the background, and then I put smile, we're all mad here. I wrote that, and then I went around him with a fluorescent yellow jelly roll moonlight. This one, she's probably my favourite that I've done in the book. Sadness. Really like how this turned out. I think I used distress ink and pencils on the background, or crayons, distress ink and crayons, and then I flicked white paint over the page. We've got some Pentel Dual Metallic on there. So yeah, I really like that one. She's, like I said, she's my favourite that I've done in here. Merida. I think she was a buddy colour as well. I think she was a buddy colour with Connor. Was she? I think she was. I didn't like the page on the back, so I used alcohol markers as a base on her, and then I just glued the pages together, and I did add some stickers as well. But you know, on this page I really enjoyed doing the green metallic jelly roll for all the Celtic design in the background. Really enjoyed doing that. But there's so many lovely, lovely pages in here. Definitely need to come back to it. Disney Portraits, really gorgeous book. Next is probably my favourite out of these three small square books, and this is the Disney Art Deco. This is a project book with the gorgeous Jamie from Jamie's Colouring Love. I've done a few in here that was on my own before Jamie and I decided to do this as a project book. And I do have a whip as well, which I think is a buddy colour with Connor. But yeah, this is definitely my favourite out of the three. And I cannot wait to have this book complete, and I would happily get a second copy as well. So we've got Shere Khan. Love this one of TikTok. I really like it. He might be the next one I do once I finish my my whip. I think it's an Ursula page. Once I finished her, I might come in and do TikTok. And it'd be so nice to have those side by side. Yeah, this one. So this is my Ursula whip at the moment. She's a buddy colour with Connor, and thank goodness I wrote my combination down with my polys for her skin. So I do have that combination written down, thank goodness. This one, Peter Pan. You can see on quite a lot of them I've added like some writing to it. So this one I've just put a second star to the right and straight until morning. Like how he turned out. This one of Miguel. Super cute. Again, I used alcohol markers on this and I glued the page at the back, but I did relabel it, you know, Heroes, so I know what section of the book this is. Mr. Smee with a lot of beautiful metallic paint on there. When I look at it like this, it looks like it's all kind of rubbing off, but then you tilt it and it's like, oh, it's gorgeous. So yeah, I really like how he turned out with the squares behind him. I just think that's really lovely. I do like that page a lot. Genie. I've got quite a lot of bling on here. This is the I can't think of the name of it. Oh, Paint Glow, that was it. The Paint Glow face and body glitter, but I use it on pages instead of on my face for like festivals and stuff like that. I use it on my pages, and I thought, he's a genie, he needs a sparkly smoky tail. So we've got some stickles on his hands as well, for like, you know, to indicate magic. This was done on camera, I think, this page. Jessie and Rex. Again, we've got some metallic paint on there. This one of Tiana. You can see I've done quite a few in this one. These were both with Jamie. I love the Cinderella page. I really love how that turned out. So I wrote here, a dream is a wish your heart makes. The slipper is all stickles, very sparkly. Here's Jasmine. So I've got loose glitter on this page as well to add a bit of bling. And again, some really lovely metallic watercolours. So yeah, that's it for the Art Deco book. Next, I have this one. I think this is one of the Kaleidoscope books, I think they're known as. There is, I think there's 3 or 4 of them out. I only have this one, and I've coloured it quite a few. This one. This was done, I started it on Christmas Day 2020 and finished it on the 27th, 2020. So Got our Christmas page. We've got our Halloween one. This was all done, I think, with glitter gel pens and black jelly roll glaze. So that was just a quick one, but I really like the shine on that page. It's really fun and simple. This was, yeah, I think this was the first page I finished in here. She was a whip for a really long time, but I was so happy when this page was done. So yeah, really like how she turned out. This one, Ariel, she was done in one day, 8th of May 2021. And then she's got Stickles glitter gel on her tail. But yeah, these are really beautiful. They're like mandalas. So lovely. I like this one of Donald, that one. I want to colour that one and dedicate it to Aaron, because Donald and Pinocchio were his favourite characters. So yeah, and then you've got like the thumbnails here at the front of all the images you've got in the book, and then you've got a few coloured examples as well, which are really beautiful. I'd quite like to get some more of the Kaleidoscope books. They're beautiful. And then this one, I haven't coloured in this one yet. I purchased it a while ago because I saw this on Connor's channel, and I messaged him and I was like, I love that book, where did you get it from? And he found it on Etsy, and I think there was like one left, and yeah, I snatched it up. This is Disney Villains. Now it's got some really fine line art on these pages, but they are fantastic. And like the Kaleidoscope book, you've got an area here with like a frame with some lines where you can write like what you've used, what date you started and finished, anything like that. But again, if you're not bothered, you can use alcohol markers if you want to. But look, if I show you close up, look at some of the line art on that, the detail. So that is definitely going to be like a fine liner or gel pen job for sure. Now, some of these villains, they have like a couple of pages in this book dedicated to them. But I'm really gutted because I think Captain Hook, I think he only has one. He only has like one page. And I'm like, no, we need more. I think Connor and I were going to do one in here. I think we talked about this. Was it this one, I think? Was it that one? Oh, I don't know. I think it was the Evil Queen. Yeah, this is the Captain Hook page, which is my absolute favourite. I love, love, love this page. I'm gutted though, because this is the only one of him in the book. Got quite a few of the Queen of Hearts, which I love. Cruella. Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is. I can't wait to come in, actually. Get some fine liners on the go. Scar. He's Connor's favourite villain. So we've got a couple pages here of him, which are pretty cool. But yeah, I'd love to see one of these pages finished. We've got some coloured examples there in the front. We've got reference colours and things, which is really helpful. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to my larger square Disney books. So I'm just going to zoom out a smidge, just a teeny weeny little bit. There we go. So I've got Le Grand Carrez Disney Grand Classique. These are all by Hatchet Heroes, and they are printed single-sided on beautiful paper. Again, the images are all stunning. Love this one. I love that film, Sword in the Stone. But okay, so this one, if you guys have been with me for quite a while, you might remember me working on this in a live stream. So I did this one of Nick and Judy, and it took me quite a while to finish, but I am so proud of this page. Really, really proud of this one. This is the only page in the book that I've coloured so far. I do need to come in and do more, but that's the same with, you know, with most of my books, to be honest. So there's that one. But yeah, really lovely book, like this one. And the paper in these is lovely, really nice, smooth paper. I do find though on these that when I've used alcohol markers, they tend to look kind of blotchy. So yeah, I usually use like alcohol markers as a base, especially for like the large areas, but then go in with like pencils and stuff for like my shading and whatnot. But I'd be quite intrigued to see how water-based markers work in these books. So there's that one. Then I have this one, Tour de Monde, again by Hatchet Heroes. I think, was this one a gift? No, I'm sure was one of them a gift? I can't remember. I thought it was, but my mistake. But yeah, this is like a summary based one, so I've started this one. Let's flag that because that's a whip. Okay, so that's like blue in King Louis. I've got yellowing from the brown that I've used on like the coconuts there that Blue used for his mouth. I've got some yellowing. Yeah, it's gone through onto that one as well, but to be quite honest, I don't think I'd colour that, so I'm not too bothered. But yeah, these pages are so wonderful. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I'd like to see how watercolour work in these books as well. I've got a flag there, but I never coloured it, so let's take that one out. That's Riley from Inside Out. Another one I started there. I think that's Brother Bear. They're just wonderful. I've got Riot and the Last Dragon. Encanto, I love that movie. Absolutely love it. Moana. Absolutely gorgeous. So there's that one. And I have Disney portraits. Okay, so I had this page flagged, but again, I haven't coloured that. And this has got a washi tape on, so I haven't coloured in this one yet. Yeah, this one. This was a gift from Connor. I knew one of them was this one. But yeah, really, really lovely. And the portraits are quite big, so we've got some really nice thick line art. This one a Forky. So fun. But I don't think you'd need to do a lot to these pages. I really don't. Love that one. See, whenever I flip through this book, I always stop on this page of Minnie Mouse. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Daisy Duck. Daisy Duck in a onesie with a bow on her head. I always stop on this page. I just think it's so lovely. So I think this might be the first one that I do when I get into the book. But yeah, they're really nice, sort of close-up portraits. So like I said, we've got this really nice thick line art. So if you want to use your alcohol markers, it'd be perfect on this. But as I mentioned, just, you know, just be mindful, because I just find that alcohol markers go a bit blotchy on this paper. So there is that one. Then we have Disney A Table by Hatchet Heroes, and I have a whip in here, and it's been a whip for a long time, and it is this one, Mad Hatter and the March Hare. I just don't know what to do with the page. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what to do with it. I don't particularly like how it's turning out. but at the same time I want it done. But it just, I don't know, having that whip in there, it kind of deters me from coming off and starting another page in the book, because I feel like I can't start a new page if I've already got a whip. Is anyone else like that? I know it sounds silly, but yeah. So this is one about, like, sort of, you know, they're eating together, cooking. Stitch with ice cream. Oh, look at this one of Pua. That is so cute. I love that. That's adorable. Very cute. Okay, and then I have the Disney Pop Art by Hatchet Heroes. I've done a couple in this book. This is really fun to colour. You can just have at it with the colours and it will just turn out amazing. I think they're all just so much fun. I really, really do. These are great. So I've done this one, My Baby. So I didn't shade the elephants on this one. I think I just got to the point where I was like, I just want the page done. I had shaded the background, but when it came to Mrs. Jumbo and Dumbo, I was like, no, I'm done. I want to call the page finished. But yeah, we've got like glittered gel pen on here. So yeah, a lot of fun. This was the first page I had done in here, and the background is all done, I think, with fine liners, water-based markers and glitter gel pen. So yeah, there's that one. Sebastian, again, this was really quick and easy. This one, I didn't shade him. I wish I did and sort of shaded some of the background, but I was good with this one at the time, so he'll stay as he is. But yeah, they're great. Really, really fun. Beautiful pages. Okay, I'm going to show you my bookmarks now, I think. So let me zoom. Whoops. I'm so sorry. Let me zoom you in. Okay, so I have the Mickey & Co. bookmarks. Again, these are by Hatchet Heroes. I've started a couple in here. These do fall apart quite easily because they're just glue bound. But yeah, they're great. This one's quite a detailed one, to be honest. So it kind of intimidates me. But I have got a couple bookmarks here at the front. So Tegan wanted me to colour this one for her, and I still haven't finished it. But I do like how it's turning out. She chose that one as well. I think Emmy chose this one, and then Aaron chose that one, and I never got around to colouring it before he passed away. But I think what I'll do is when I've coloured this one, I'll get it laminated and I'll put it in one of his Stephen King books that we've got on the bookshelf. So I'll put it in one of those or one of his Game of Thrones books. So I'll put that with his things. So there's that one. Then I have the Obras Maestras bookmarks. I hope you can see. These are really lovely. I like that one of Dante. It's just so cute. And I think, you know, these ones, if they're not too overwhelming, they're really nice if you just want sort of like a little snack size thing to colour. These would be wonderful for that. I know you can get, obviously, like colour your own bookmarks from other places as well, but of course, like the Disney ones, it's like, yeah, I need them. Love that one of Simba as well. And with this one, oops, this is a whip. I just need to shade the finish shading Bambi's hair inside his ear, and then do the leaves, the trees, the background. But that's been a whip for a really long time. So there's that one. And then my last set of bookmarks, these are quite new to me, and these are probably my favourite out of the three that I have. This is the Disney mini portraits, and I've already completed this one of Daisy Duck, which I really like how she turned out. So fun. She looks really sassy, just, yeah, a lot of fun. But like I said, these are, let me just move her to the side. These are really wonderful, and they're not too detailed really. They're beautiful. Isma. The ones like this, I'm not keen. I'm not keen how they're drawn. I did show them to my kids and asked if they would like them to colour, and they said no. So yeah, I don't know, maybe set those aside and send them out to some friends to colour if they want to. Woody. Olaf. Yeah, I just think these are so gorgeous. So that is the Disney mini portraits. Let's get Daisy put back in there. Actually, do you know what? No, it's a bookmark. I'm going to keep it out. I'm going to keep this one out. Put up there with my other bookmarks. Okay. I then have the Disney Grand Classique Hatchet Heroes. This is a hardback book, and as you can see, I haven't coloured anything in this one yet. Okay, so I had this page here flagged. This one with Merlin, Arthur, and Mim. So I had that flagged, but yeah, this is a really gorgeous hardback book. These are double-sided. So in the back we've got like sort of, you know, postcard or note card pages, whatever you want to use them for. You know, little bite-sized pages there if you want to keep them in the book. Then we move into our, you know, double-sided pages. And I love all of them. I think the artwork is phenomenal. There's just nothing not to love about these pages. I think they're wonderful. Really, really great. I am going to keep that one flagged. Love this one. Robin and Marion. Prince John there in the mud, sucking his thumb and rubbing his ear when he's like, "Mommy." So cool. Yeah, I love every single page. It's a shame that they're, you know, double-sided, but that's all right. I can work with it. make it work. And then I have this stunning book. This is Disney Blanche-Neige et les Sept Nains, Le Grand Classique. This is the like the scenes to colour, and this is by Hatchet Heroes. And my beautiful best friend Tess bought me this. Oh, she bought me this book years ago, and I've only started one page, and it is a work in progress. But what I'll do is I'll show you like this. So on this page, you have like a film reel of sort of like, you know, some scenes from the film, and then the one in the middle here is transferred into line art on this page. So you colour this one, and then obviously you've got the colours there as your reference. But it is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I think this one's really lovely. This one where she's mixing the potions. This is the work in progress that I've got, and as you can see, I haven't done hardly anything to it. And where it was years ago, this leaves a lot to be desired, but I can work with it. How gorgeous is this? Oh, so beautiful. So there is that one. I have the vintage poster collection. This is by it says Bonnier Books, but does it say I don't know. But yeah, this is really lovely, and this is exactly what it says. It's the vintage posters, and this is printed on really thin paper. It's a little bit better than Amazon paper, but it's not great. And it's double-sided as well, so I don't know how water-based markers would work in here. I've never coloured in it. I do want to, because I think this book is wonderful. Look at this. Look at that. It's really beautiful. And it would be nice to have a look at, you know, go on like Google and have a look at the original vintage posters, you know, and get your colours from there. But I think this will be a water-based marker and pencil book. But if the markers bleed, then it may just have to be pencils only. And I don't know, I don't think I would trust the paper with watercolour. It's something I would need to try. But yeah, the thought of that makes me a bit nervous, so we'll see. Okay, then I have this one. This is the Disney, I think it's Colour the Four Seasons. Beautiful, beautiful book, but I have struggled with the paper in this book horrendously, if I'm being honest. It feels beautiful. It's sort of like an ivory verging into cream paper. It's all, you know, double-sided images. I think they are mostly double page spreads if we look through, but we've got all the different seasons. This is my favourite page in the book. If you know, you know. Tangled is my favourite. Okay, so this double page spread here, I gave up and I glued the pages together. It was a big double page spread of like a Halloween party with Mickey, Minnie, Goofy. It was fantastic. Guys, I tried Neocolor 2s, I tried water-based markers, I tried all different kinds of pencils, fine liners. I was really on the struggle bus with that double page spread, and I'm gutted that I glued the pages together because that was one of my favourite pages in the book. If I could get a second copy of this, I would, because I really want to have a go at doing that page again. But one thing that I did find that worked pretty nicely actually is by Art Deco watercolour pencils. Yeah, I was using them on this page with a little bit of fine liner here for the orange on the pineapple. But all the rest on this page so far is the Art Deco watercolour pencils. But I would just want to find a pencil that will work if I want to go in and shade over the top. So yeah, it might take a while, but yeah, see, this is another one that I love, the scenes from Winnie the Pooh. I just think that is stunning. There's just nothing not to love about this book. I just need to figure out the paper. If anyone's got this book, you know, and you've been fine working on the paper, like, would it be possible to let me know, please, in the comments what you've used, or like DM me on Instagram or email me or something, because I love this book. I just I don't want to just be limited to my Art Deco's, you know. I want to be able to use different stuff on it. So this is the Disney Princess colouring book, and it is by Scholastic, and this is the other book that was sent to me by the beautiful Lily from Art Journey UK here on YouTube, as part of my Secret Santa last year. So bless her heart, she sent this to me, and I love it. I absolutely love the artwork in this book. As you can see, I haven't coloured in it yet, but I do plan on colouring in here pretty soon. The paper is really thin, so this may well just be like a pencil book, because I don't even think water-based markers are gonna hold up on this. But these are the images I love, these like sketchy portraits. I just think they're stunning. We've got some really lovely pages in here, and then at the beginning of each princesses section you have their pages like this, which, to be honest, I really just love them as they are, and I would happily just frame that. I think it's just beyond gorgeous. I really do. Let's have a look at Rapunzel's. Yeah, how incredible is that? Beautiful. Every single page in this book is beautiful. Really is gorgeous. So there is the Disney Princess colouring book. Next, I have this hardback book. I'll zoom out a little bit. This is Disney La Méchance by Hatchet Heroes. As you can see, it's solid hardback book. This was a gift from Zoe, and I've just got one work in progress in here. It's this one. I have got my Polychromos combo written down for Captain Hook's jacket. But yeah, I don't know, I've started these little bits in the background, and I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to finish them. So I think I'm just going to paint over the background, and maybe just do like a soft pastel or distress ink background behind him here inside the frame. But yeah, I don't know why I started all these little, you know, bits and bobs in the background. But no, this is a really lovely book. You know, there's a lot of like, you know, the patterns, the details like this. But you, again, you don't have to go in and colour all those little details. You can just colour over it, you know, and then just have that peeking through your colours as just to make it look like a texture. You know, because I think it's so easy to get overwhelmed with the patterns and little bits, you know, on the pages like this. You know, I'm not going to colour every single page. Some of the characters, I don't even know who they are. But yeah, it's a really fun book. Really, really fun. Pages are double-sided, as you can see. Like this one. But yeah, see this? Like, you know, you don't have to go in and colour every little bit. Prince John. Shere Khan. Really like that page. But yeah, I think, you know, maybe even on the pages that I'm not keen about, you know, like this with Gaston, like on a phone, looks like he's got like a dating profile or something. I would probably just journal over that, you know, or collage, or, you know, whatever. Like this, you know. But yeah, really fun book. Oh, there's my colour combinations for Captain Hook. I don't want to lose that. Then I have this beautiful book. This is Disney Nature, and again, this is a hardback book. I have got one whip in here, and it's this one. It's been a whip for a long time. But this is just going to be a page that I slowly chip away at. I do have my Polychromos combo down here. So I've got all that. I've just started shading some of the pale leaves here. That's all I've done. The rest is based with water-based markers. But I think this will be a really lovely page when it's done. I think, did I try a little bit of watercolour there behind the trees? I think I did. And I don't know, it looked a bit patchy. I wasn't too keen on it. But this is, again, a breathtaking book. All of the images in here I love. I've looked through this book numerous times and I'm just like, love it, love it, love it. So, you know, some of the pages I'm like, they're not my favourite, but I'd still happily colour them. But I just think they're all gorgeous. They're all really lovely. You guys probably getting fed up of me saying that in this video. Yeah, this one I'm a bit like, I don't know. But it'll still be fun nonetheless, you know, even if you just go in with fine liners on some of them. But others like this, I don't know, I might just use like crayons, you know. I think that would be quite fun on the really sort of simple ones with a bold outline like this. But the pages are wonderful. They're just an absolute joy. Even just to look through at them, you know, makes me really happy. So that's the Disney Nature. I have the Disney Friendship colouring book. I haven't coloured anything in this one, but it is lovely. Really, really nice. yeah, again, you know, I think some of these will be like, you know, go in with fine liners and gel pens. Love this one of Judy and her parents, Figaro and Cleo. They're just beautiful, aren't they? Really, really lovely. I need to get into some of these books. Oh, I really do. Okay. Then I have this one. This is beautiful. This is the Disney Dreams collection, Thomas Kincaid Studios. This is the Disney Princess colouring book, but they're like posters. So you get the coloured examples here in the back of each image. And then you get the actual poster. Now, several years ago, I did start the Rapunzel one, but I ended up royally messing it up. This one. So I ended up just cutting out this bit, the tower here with Mother Gothel, because this is the part I was really proud of. But yeah, the rest of the page I really messed up, and especially on her hair. And that was my favourite page in the book. So at some point I do want to get another copy of this, but needless to say, let me just put that in the bag actually. There we go. But yeah, the posters are gorgeous. They are very, very detailed. I did have the other two Thomas Kincaid books like this, but sort of like the smaller versions. And I spilled coffee over them, and they were destroyed because the paper in those books are so thin. So yeah, I'm gutted. I don't have those in my collection. But this is another beautiful one with the lanterns. It's really lovely. So I do have another opportunity to colour Rapunzel, but I just really liked the composition of the other one. But yeah, look at how gorgeous they are. This one of Cinderella is stunning. I just really want to be able to do these pages justice, but like I said, I do want to get another copy of this. Okay, so now we're moving into the Disney Vitrail books, which are these large hardback books. I'm going to have to zoom out a bit. Okay. So this is my first copy of the book. I have two copies of this one. And again, these are the big solid hardback books. Now this is my original copy, and I've got quite a few coloured, but my book started falling apart. So all here it's kind of being held together by washi tape. But yeah, I had coloured quite a few in here. Let me just move my cup of coffee over a second. Let's just slide that over there so I don't catch it. There we go. So yeah, there's some like this that I had kind of doodled on just to maybe do something a bit different in the background, and now I look at it and I'm like, no, I don't like it. So I'm glad I do have a second copy. This one, I coloured this one for Aaron. Again, like I've mentioned, Pinocchio, and Pinocchio was his favourite Disney movie, and one of his favourite characters. So it was Pinocchio and Donald Duck. So I do want to remove this page from the book and put it in a frame and put it with Aaron's pictures and stuff. So that one's for him. These two, you'll see some like bits of gel pen and whatnot on the pages there. This one, I wish I didn't go around them with white, but there you go. This one of Tink. This was an absolute mess. I was falling asleep when I was colouring down here, so it's really, really messy. But you know, I still use this book, and this is just sort of like water-based markers and gel pens that I use in here. And then my second copy, I take that one more seriously and I use pencils. So this was a buddy colour with Connor. This one. Really like this one of Shere Khan. I like how he turned out. He had like, I don't know if it's going to pick up, maybe not. He had, oh there you go, black glitter gel pen on his stripes. So that's pretty cool. This one. Again, I like how that one turned out. I love the film as well. Zootropolis. Absolutely love it. Oops. Winnie the Pooh. Alice, again, I doodled on this one and I wish I didn't. And my colours are really off on Cheshire Cat's face. I gave him a purple mouth, which is like, no. Aurora. Rapunzel. Again, I wrote on this one, I have magic hair that glows when I sing. So yeah, you can see I've coloured quite a few in this book. 26th of December 2018, this one. So this December, this page will be 6 years old. That's crazy. This one. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, all my pages started falling out and I was just holding them in with washi tape. This is the page I coloured first in the book, and I used my Faber-Castell Classic pencils to colour Snow White and the background on the apple. But then I was like, this is really hard in my hands and it's taken forever. So then I just went in with water-based markers for the witch and the 7 dwarfs. And these two. I really like how the Esmeralda page turned out. I think the colours on that are really, really pretty. Got some nice sort of shiny gel pen on there as well, which is lovely. I think that's it for my, oh no, and I've done the frame there. So that's it for my original copy of that one. And then this is my second copy, and I think I've only done maybe 1 or 2 pages in here. I'm really sorry, I know this is a long video. I might actually have to split this into 2. Okay, so I've done this one of Merida. This was the first page that I completed in here, and this was done, I think, I used my Pablo pencils on this. I didn't shade her hair, but I did add like some fine liner details. If you can see on there, we've got gel pen on the border. But I love how this turned out. I was so proud of it. It took a long time. It took a long time, but I was just really, really happy with it. And I just put the tracing paper there just to protect the Moulin page from any pencil transfer from this one. I was sure I had done a Judy Hopps page. Maybe that's in Vitrail too. Yeah, I think that might be in Vitrail too. So it's just the one page in this one at the moment. Okay, and then this is Disney Vitrail Tone 2, again by Hatchet Heroes. Whoops. Got a page marked. What's that? Oh, okay. I don't know where I've got Prismacolor colours written there. Oh, it might be for the shading on Donald. Yeah, might be for the shading on him. So again, this is another beautiful, beautiful book. I love these hardback books. Did I just, yeah, I did go past one. I've got this one of Ariel. So as you can see, I've got a shading on this one. Doesn't look like I shaded the background, but I shaded the characters. So I think they stand out more from the background. And then I've got some Nouveau confetti stars there as well on the page. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. I just want to try and get as much of these pages in here as I can. So I've got this one of Yzma. I'm going to change the paper tag for a better one. So she's a work in progress. I think she's such a great character. She's so funny. Yeah. Just wonderful pages in here. They really are. This is a work in progress, this one. So let's get another. Oh, I've got a page flag there, but it's bent over. Let's replace that with a new one. Just helps me see when the books are on the shelves, you know, where I've got the works in progress and buddy colour pages. I'm sure this was in volume 1. This one. Have to do this one. I've got Merlin, Madame Mim, Archimedes. Yeah, I love Madame Mim. She's just fantastic. She's wonderful. I really do. But yeah, these are great. This one, not keen on this one. I'm not gonna lie, not keen on this one at all. The background is watercolor. I think this was a buddy color with Zoe. I think a little bit of bleed through there, but nothing major. There's my Judy Hopps page. There she is. Love this page as well. Really happy with how this one turned out. I wanted the background to look a bit like a sunset, but it just ended up looking like sections of colour. I didn't sort of gradiate them very well, but you know, it's okay. And then I've just based this Donald one, but I haven't, let me again put a different tag in. I haven't shaded it, but I've obviously been looking at colours to shade him with, because I've got some Prismacolor blues written down here, and looking at the colours, especially the Copenhagen blue and the Cerulean, that makes me think that would be to shade. No, look here. I've started shading up here. So, okay, so that's for around the border and Donald's jacket and his hat. Why did I not notice that? Oh, seriously. Maybe I need to get myself back to Specsavers. But yeah, this is volume 2, which is absolutely beautiful. Where are we at? Okay, so I have still got a butt ton of Disney books on the shelf. I've got my Grand Block, you know, the glue bound ones at the top. I've got those, and I've got my large Disney colour by numbers. And we're at like an hour and 21 already. I was going to try and get this done in one video, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. So I think what I'm going to do is call this a video here, and we'll come back and do a part 12, maybe even a part 13 if needs be. But I just worry that if I keep going, we may be looking at like 2.5, 2 3/4 hours, and that is just, yeah, I think that's just going to be a bit too much. Maybe I've just taken too long showing you the books, so that's on me. I'm really sorry if this has been kind of like a bit of a slog, you know, to try and get through this part. I do apologise, but I do hope that you have enjoyed. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to join me. As always, it's an absolute pleasure filming these for you. I've been thoroughly enjoying myself, and I know that you guys have been enjoying these videos as well, so thank you all for your really lovely comments. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever it is you are up to, and I hope the weather is better where you are than what it is here at the moment. Take care, my loves, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love. Bye.